Talking about entry confirmation, I want to tell you that entry confirmation does not have a single approach. Okay, you would rarely see people teach about this particular topic because it is more of psychological than technical. So I want you to stay with me till the end and get every bit of what I am going to be saying and the tips I'm going to be giving, because this is definitely going to change your trading lifestyle totally. So get every tips of what I'm going to be saying so that you can use it in your day-to-day activities. I have not thought about this before, but based on my recent backtest, my recent activities on looking at what the market has been doing, I found out this secret I want to reveal to you guys. So let's get straight into it. I have had a lot of questions about entry confirmation when it comes to synthetic indices, because when it comes to synthetic indices, sometimes you're going to see market get to your point of interest and it's going to move impulsively without giving you any confirmation that, oh, this is where I want to use. Sometimes you will see market get impulsively to your point of interest and it will move out impulsively as well. Yes, on synthetic indices, it has been happening over time, and I just want to explain some things to you guys and some tips that you should use when it comes to confirming maybe your PO high is going to be holding, maybe your PO high is valid, and all of that. So stay with me till the end. If you're new to this channel, this is Synthetic Goddess. On this channel, I share with you information about technical analysis and psychological analysis. Yes. So if this interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop any video. And if you want to start trading synthetic indices, don't forget to check the description box and get registered with Deriv to start trading synthetic indices, where you can trade 24 hours in 7 days. Okay, so let's get straight to the business today, which is entry confirmation. Now, when it comes to entry confirmation, the number one tip I'm going to be giving to you guys is that entry confirmation is more of psychology than technicals. Yes, you have to be able to get your psychology straight, because sometimes market is going to give you different patterns. And I mean different patterns. You definitely not see one consistent pattern when it comes to you confirming your entry. So you have to get balanced. You have to be self-aware whenever market is approaching your point of interest, or whenever market is getting to an area whereby it is your area of interest. So you have to be self-aware. You have to get to know what your state is telling you. You have to get to know what your psychology is telling you, what your mind is telling you, because most often your mind is going to tell you, oh, this point of interest, according to what the market is doing right now, it is going to hold. But due to self-doubt, you are going to think, oh, I'm not going to enter this trade because it has not given me what I want, or any of that. Yeah. Sometimes it is more of psychology than technicals, based on what your instinct is telling you. It is not just one pattern market uses in giving you confirmation at your point of interest. That's the first tip I'm going to be giving you. Then the second tip, which I am going to be explaining right now, is that you need to know that entry confirmation is a combination of market structure and liquidity. Yes, confirmation is a combination of market structure and liquidity. The same way you analyze your trade on the higher time frame, when it comes to your lower time frame, is the same way you should analyze it when market gets to your point of interest. So I'm going to be giving you some examples right now. So let's get straight into it. This is volatility 251S. This is 30 minutes, but I'm going to be going to 24 hours time frame, and we're going to be making analysis based on this, and I'm going to be sharing with you why I said you should use more of market structure with liquidity when it comes to your entry confirmation. So based on this 24 hours time frame, you can see that we've been trending to the downside. Market has been giving us a series of lower highs and lower lows. Over here, we've been having series of lower highs and lower lows. Then all of a sudden, market came back and gave us what? And gave us change of character, because this is obviously change of character. Markets violating any highs in a downtrend gives us a change of character. So this is a change of character. We cannot really say if market is coming back to take this low or market is coming back to take this high, and you cannot easily predict if this is going to be an inducement. Remember, it is just a projection. We're working based on probability, so we cannot for sure say this is our inducement area. Markets might choose it as an inducement area, but the confirmation that this is an inducement area is when we have a break of this low. That is when we can be rest assured that this was actually an induced high. But if market does not come back to break this low, we cannot for sure tell this is an induced high. Markets might probably use it as a change of character just to continue to the upside. And moreover, you can see that we don't have previous information. We don't have last information on this particular trading view. We don't have previous information. So we're working based on what we have right now. And like I always say, you have to work based on probability in whatever you do. So if you see markets break a particular high or break a particular low, you should not just say it's an inducement, then I just want to focus on selling or focus on buying. So let's get straight into what we were talking about. So you can see that we had the break of this high, market coming back to this low. So we cannot for sure tell if this is the low market is approaching, or eventually market is going to be approaching this high. We are just going to be working based on the presentation of what market is giving to us. So we are currently in between this high and this particular low. So let's get our last break of structure within the range. Where is our last break of structure within the range? As you can see, her last break of structure within the range is this low. This is our last break of structure within the range. So let's go to 4 hours time frame to just see for ourselves what the market is doing. So this is our last proper break of structure within the range, right? You can see how we are analyzing the markets. This is exactly how you're going to analyze your entry confirmation, and you have to do it on the lower time frame or on the time frame you're willing to take your trade. Listen attentively. You have to make your analysis of market structure and liquidity for confirmation on the time frame you're willing to take your trade. So you can see this is our last break of structure, and we're going to be looking out for possible liquidity that markets would be giving us. Now, this particular highs are the possible liquidity markets might create for us, because this is obviously a double top at this area. And aside from double top, it is a high that could not give us a good retracement back into this zone. So these are the highs where markets would probably use as what? As a liquidity for us. Remember, after you mark out your market structure, what you want to mark out next is your liquidity. So this is the high market might possibly use as our liquidity, which is our projected liquidity. We cannot tell for sure if this is definitely going to be a liquidity, but we are projecting it as our liquidity for this particular zone. Then next thing you want to do is mark out your possible points of interest. On this time frame, I cannot just mark out any points of interest. You can see no point of interest is close to our liquidity, except for the breaker, of course. So except for the breaker, which is closer to our liquidity, I cannot just mark out any area here. You can see that we've not given any solid retracement inside this area. So markets for sure might come back to take this high, or it might not. Okay, it might come back to take this high, or it might not. So how do I get my entry confirmation when it comes to all of this area? Or how do I know that this is the area where market wants to use, which is the breaker or something? The next thing you want to do is you want to project the kind of structure you are used to trading. You want to project your kind of structure that you are used to trading. So let's take, for instance, you are used to trading this kind of structure that when markets violate this low, it is actually a change of character for you, and you just look out for a liquidity for continuation. You want to project your kind of structure that you trade. So what is the kind of structure that you trade? So I'm going to be using my personal structure as an example here. So let's take, for instance, I am trading. I want to get my entry confirmation now. So I'm going to be going to 30 minutes time frame. That's where I want to pick my trade. So let's go to 30 minutes time frame. I'm just illustrating on this. So this is my point of interest. This is my point of interest, and I want to see market come back to my point of interest and give me a confirmation that the point of interest is going to be holding. Now, how do I get to see that this is my point of interest? What is the structure I am used to trading, or what type of structure am I marking out on the higher time frame? So let's take, for instance, this is my particular structure or my personal structure, that when market gives me a high, a low, another high, then come back to rate the low, which I consider as a change of character, then come back to break my high, giving me assurance that this is a strong low. Then market come back to break that low. Market coming back to break that low. Then the next thing I want to see is liquidity creation and impulse to the downside. Market coming back to take my liquidity created, then make a continuation to the downside. Now, you can see that this is a combination of structure and liquidity. What I am waiting for at that particular PO high is not for market to just get in impulsively and get out impulsively. That is why you need to have structure. I am always saying this, that when it comes to structure and liquidity, there are two things that you cannot do without. And these two things are what will determine your point of interest and what will determine your entry confirmation. And like I stated earlier, there is no one way to entry confirmation. It all has to do with the kind of structure that you trade. So another person's structure might just be that when it gets to point of interest, they want to see a struggle or a W pattern or hem pattern. It depends on the kind of structure that you take. So let's take, for instance, someone that takes a range structure. If you trade range structure, all you just want to do is market getting to that point of interest and giving you a struggle. You want market to give you a struggle inside that point of interest, then give you an impulse out of the interest, and then you make a continuation. So it all has to do with the kind of structure that you are used to. Entry confirmation is not just something that you have to fix, that, oh, this is what I want to see when market. No, it has to be based on the structure that you are used to trading, based on the type of structure that you are used to seeing, and the type of liquidity that you want the market to give before you enter the market, the kind of liquidity that you are expecting. So for instance, I want primary inducement to showcase its face. I want secondary inducement to showcase. That is exactly how I'm going to be entering the market. So when market gets to your point of interest, number one, you want to project the kind of structure that you are used to. So what is your ideal break of structure? That's the first question. What's your ideal break of structure? So this is my ideal break of structure. When market takes a previous low, when market takes this particular low, it is a change of character for me, right? It is a change of character for me, especially when I'm on the lower time frame. So this is a change of character for me. Then I am expecting markets to give me a strong low. When it comes to selling, I'm expecting market to make that creation of what? Of strong low. So I just want to see this strong low created. Once market creates this strong low, I'm expecting market to come back and violate that strong low. After violating it, I won't just jump into the market. I'll stay patient and expect market to give me that liquidity creation. So once market gives me that liquidity creation, and sometimes the liquidity creation might not be outside the break of structure. Sometimes you will see the liquidity creation here. Market will just create that little low or little high. And what you're expecting is the strong low to be broken. Once the strong low is broken, you want to see market come back to a point of interest, an untested area of that range. You want market to come back to an untested area of that range. And when market comes back to that untested area, you know that this is the area you want to enter the market. Remember, everything is still based on probability. As much as you might want to enter at this area, the market might still do whatever it chooses to. So that is the reason I said entry confirmation is still based on psychology much more than technical. So when you see this liquidity creation, you just want to wait for an untested area for market to come back into. Once market comes back there, your stop loss is on this high, then your take profit is probably on any of the lows that you're expecting market to just take. But it just all has to do with you knowing the market structure and liquidity points that you're used to, and using that same thing at your point of interest. Using that same thing at your point of interest. Now, this comes to you setting rules also. So if market gets to your point of interest impulsively, are you willing to take the market? Are you willing to take that particular trade? That is another question based on you. So you have to set rules for yourself. So if market gets to my point of interest impulsively, I am not willing to take this trade because it is just showcasing to me that market is not ready to sell or ready to buy when it gets to the point of interest impulsively. All these are the rules you have to set for yourself to maintain a good psychological area. So just get the market structure that you are used to or that you've seen in the market over time. Get the liquidity area, how you want the liquidity to present itself, how you want to see it present itself, and how you want to enter the market. Most often, your instincts will definitely let you know that this is the area you should enter the market. So take note of all of this, and you have a good and strong entry confirmation. And that is just it. Keep living in the atmosphere of profits, guys. Bye.